This is coming to you from John Wayne's 26 Bar Ranch in Eager, Arizona.
Howdy partners, this is old Chili Bill bringing you another edition of Chili Bill's Kitchen right here at the ranch. Today, of course, as you can see, we've got George Gabby Hayes Jr. He's going to be working with me here on these programs, and Gabby's going to help me today, and we're going to cook up something that I don't think you've ever had this. Have you had this before?
Green chili burrito?
Green chili enchiladas.
Enchiladas?
Enchiladas. Never had that?
Burritos, yeah.
Yeah, and they're Sonora style. Today we're going to cook them Sonora style. That means you stack them. And what we're going to do is we're going to run through the whole process of putting them together for you.
What do you mean stack them? You don't...
Oh, no, you don't roll them. Don't roll them, you stack them. It's a little bit different.
Oh, okay.
What we're going to do here, let's get the fire cranked up here a little bit while we're going. Now, the first thing I'm going to need today is I'm going to need an onion over there. I'll cut you up an onion here. And we're going to whack up an onion. Have you good at doing these onions without making yourself cry?
Yeah.
What you do is you cut off both ends. Then you just make a little slit like that. And voila.
Just like
That's
steaming,
French.
Just like
Okay.
Cooking Mexican food and eating...
That's right. Now what we're going to do is I'll go ahead and hack this onion up here for you. We'll hack those up. Oh boy, I'll bet the sound man's having a stroke over there.
Well, I think that makes a sound man Grinch.
Yeah, he's having a stroke in
Yeah.
there. All right, we'll hack these up like that. Now what we're going to do is this is going to be kind of like a Mexican rarebit. Do you know what a Mexican rarebit is?
No.
You don't know what a Mexican
No.
rarebit is, eh? Well, rarebit, of course, is something that's made up with cheese.
Okay.
We're going to make a cheese sauce. This is going to be a cheese sauce.
Now, Dad might have known.
Oh, yeah, your dad had known that. He'd been out here fooling around with this stuff long enough to know all this good stuff. Whoops, we're going to get rid of that right there. Now what we're going to do here, I've got a scraper around here someplace. That onion's getting to me.
Yeah.
Getting to me. Here we go. I got it right here. I'm going to put that right in this pan right here, like this. I'll just put that over here. We're going to just kind of add this stuff to it for the time being till we get this thing rolling. Okay.
Don't you use a little bit of...
Just a second now. I got some oil there, I think, right there. I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of oil, just about like that.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Now we'll get that out of the way here. Now I have some green chilies floating around here someplace, Gab.
Here we
There they are. There they are. All right, now these are the Anaheims. You know what those are, aren't you? They're kind of a mild chili. They're not a real potent
Like
chili.
we make Rianos out of.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Boy, that onion's getting me. Normally it doesn't get to me, but it's getting me.
Don't put your finger in your
Oh boy. All right, so anyhow, what we have here is 7 ounces. We have 1 onion that we've cut up here.
Yeah.
And we've got 7 ounces of green chilies, Anaheims. Now the reason how they got their name Anaheim is that the original guy by the name of Ortega started growing these in Anaheim, California. And that's how it got its name.
Is that right?
That's correct. And they're very mild, so they're not, they're not going to blow us away, see?
Now, there's a difference in the chilies.
Oh, you betcha. Some of those chilies from out of New Mexico, oh, they'll take the hide right off of you.
Oh, yeah, I got a hold of one of them little bitty.
Yeah? Well, now that's a whole different kind of chili there, though.
Yeah.
That's, you get into your serranos and into your cayennes
Yeah.
and in the jalapenos, and they are hot. I mean, they'll just...
Those are different than the cayennes.
Yeah, jalapeno is different than the cayenne. They all belong to the same family. It's called the Caspicum family, and it's a type of plant, and some people call it a fruit. Actually, some people think that it's a type of fruit. I'm not so sure, to tell you the honest truth.
I'll tell you what, they're hot fruit.
Oh yeah, they can be pretty hot. What we're going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and chop up a few of these things here. Now, if you'll notice, what I do is I chop them lengthwise first, then I'll turn them and cut them into smaller hunks like this. Now, when you're cutting this way, of course, I'll probably tell you this, and then I'll end up slicing my finger. Never fails.
We don't need that.
So what you normally do when you're cutting is always try to keep the knife pointed away from you, like this, to the side, you see? And then, so when you cut this way, instead of trying to cut up and down like this, you're going to catch your fingers, see?
Well, I knew that. There's not much I know, but I did know that.
You did know that?
Yeah,
Well, I understand that you've done some chuck wagon cooking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
On a real ranch?
On a real ranch.
And how many guys were you cooking for?
25.
25 guys.
Up in Nevada.
Did they ever get a rope? No. You
They
remember
couldn't
that?
catch me.
Well, usually the cookie, he's got to be a pretty tough old guy.
Well, not only that, you got to be pretty quick too.
Yeah, you've got to keep those guys satisfied, and sometimes it's not the easiest thing in the world to cook out on the range.
Well, I didn't have too many complaints.
Yeah, well, all right, what'd you do? Take your 45 with you? Huh? All right, so we're about done here with
Told you I
these
was
chilies.
half smart.
Half smart? I don't think we got any fire over here. What happened to me? I think the director must have unplugged me. I think the director did unplug me. Well, that's all right. We'll get it plugged in here in just a second here. And the man out here is telling me that we're about ready to take a break anyhow.
Well,
So we lucked out, see?
Anyway.
We lucked out, and the thing isn't hooked up over here.
Okay,
Wouldn't you
Bill.
know that, huh?
Well,
while we're
luck in it, Bill.
all right, we got our onions in here, and let me get my scraper here. I'm going to get these over into the pot. We have one onion and one large onion's what you're supposed to have.
7 ounces of chili.
7 ounces of chilies. Now, normally, I try to use the chilies that are in one big piece, and the reason why I do that, it costs money when you buy them chopped.
Well, I believe it.
Now, these gals that are trying to save some money, on their groceries, you've got to pay a few extra cents, for every can. So, take the time, cut them yourself. We're going to take a little break. I'm going to make sure the director gets this thing plugged in so we can cook. We'll be back in just a minute. Don't go away.
That's what.
When they rode into town, folks tried to gun them down, but the gunfighters always were prepared. They survived by their speed, killing first became the creed, but the gunfighters' code was holsters.
Howdy, partners. This is your old friend Chili Bill with my good buddies here, Juan Baracho and George Gabby Hayes Jr. We just took those falls for you a minute ago, telling you that no Hollywood magic is in this. Western know-how that makes Chilibill'S chili, the authentic, bring-you-back-to-life bowl of red made with lean beef and my own championship chili blend. A real palate pleaser. Why don't you give it a try? Well, let's see. I guess I better eat. Oh, there's only one bowl here?
That's Chilibill'S Championship Chili. You'll find that recipe and many more in If You Like It Hot. And we'll send you also. Send for it.
See? Well, we're back. I almost burned this thing,
Yeah,
Gabby.
I know.
We got it too hot. We went from no fire to too much fire. But anyhow, here we go. I've got that on here, and what we're going to do is I'm going to try to get this turned down a little bit there.
That's what they call sauteing.
Yeah,
right?
this is saute,
Yeah.
and what we've done is we've lightened up the onions. They're getting to the point where they're almost translucent. You understand
yeah.
translucent?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Excuse me, Bill. By the way, that is a good-looking shirt.
Yeah, thank you.
I'd hate like heck if you seen you get anything on it.
Yeah, me too. Maybe
Why don't we just
we ought to go ahead and get these aprons on, huh? While we're here.
I'm gonna hand my hat over here to one of the directors here.
Yeah, we'll get these on, and that'll keep us from getting too crummy while we're finishing up right here.
Oh, I do like his apron.
Yeah, they're nice aprons, aren't they?
Yeah.
Good heavy-duty apron. All right, next thing we need now. Let me have the chili sauce, and that should be in that measuring cup there. Now,
Is Is that made from your famous chili sauce, chili mix, Bill?
No, this is not. This is made from ground up chilies. We take the chilies just like back here. See these chilies back here?
Yeah.
We take those, and we boil them, and then we grind them up, and then we put a few little spices and this and that with them, and then we make our chili sauce. Now this is a chili sauce, but let me tell you one thing first, and that is that if you don't want to take the time to do this, you know, a good can of, there's several good brands on the market, will do pretty well. There's 2 or 3 of them, and what you need is you need 20 ounces, or pretty close to 20 ounces. Before we burn this, I got to get it in there. There. Now we got that in there.
Now, one more question.
Okay, you got it.
These chilies here, aren't they the same as those before they turn red?
You're exactly right. That's exactly right. Those are Anaheim chilies, and these have turned red, and they dry them, see? And this is the kind you grind up and you get the red chili powder out of.
Right.
Now, they're the same thing, only we're using them before
they turn red.
they turned the red. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to have to end up cooking this for a while, but we've got a couple other things we've got to make up anyhow, so we're going to have plenty of time to get this done. Now, I'm going to need the tomato sauce.
Okay.
Okay, there's the tomato sauce. And do I have some spoons over there someplace? I need some measuring spoons. I had some someplace. Now, what did I do with them? Well, I had them somewhere. We're going to have to find those spoons. Either that or I'm going to have to Rube Goldberg it. One or the other.
Well, why don't you just go for it?
I'll have to go for it. All right, let's start.
Here's a measuring cup.
Well, we don't want that much spice in it. But here, let me have the, what I need now is a little bit of oregano. Should be over there.
There's,
That's comino.
no,
That's cilantro. Nope, that's not it.
yeah.
I need that in a minute. There's the oregano, the last one you got, naturally. Now, what we're going to do, since I can't find what did I do with those things? I just had them. I've goofed up someplace along the line here. Anyhow, what we're going to need is a half of a teaspoon, not a tablespoon, a half of a teaspoon of oregano, just plain old oregano. I'm just going to put that right on in there. There we go. That's exact. You see how exact that is?
Yeah.
Oh, that's exact.
But I thought the Italians are the only ones that use that.
No. The Italians, they call it oregano,
Yeah, right. Okay, I knew there was a
and
difference.
the Mexicans call it oregano. Oregano. They got to roll that tongue.
Yeah.
Let me have just a little bit of the cilantro. And we're going to put that's it.
That's it.
That's the cilantro. Now, cilantro, of course, is a type of parsley.
Yeah.
Some people call it Chinese parsley. And it's a very pungent spice, and so you have to be a little careful. I'm going to put in just about a quarter of a teaspoon in there. We don't want too much of that. That's
that's
exact,
just right,
too.
too.
That's exact, too. Do you notice how exact that
I
was?
noticed that.
Boy, I tell you, we're really
You're
something.
lucky I can see these. You know that? Because I can write reading, but I can't read writing.
Oh, I see. All right, let me have the comino now. That's it. That's it.
Well,
And
I'm lucking out.
it says cumin on here.
Cumin.
Well, all right, cumin in English, and Spanish, it's comino. Now, this, we're going to add a little bit more. We're going to add right in here, we're going to put in a teaspoon of it.
That's good, too.
So we just right, wasn't it? Now, I'll need that garlic salt now. And for you guys that are watching your salt, if you'd want to leave a little bit of this out, that's fine. That should be the white one, right?
No?
I just saw it.
Oh,
There it
you had
is,
it
right there.
Oh, okay. That's the white one to the red letter.
And that's right. So salt that to your own taste. If you want to stay away from the salt, don't put it in.
Just use whole garlic.
Yeah. Now I'm going to need some black pepper, and I'll bet you I didn't put it. Yes, there it is. And if you'll look around back there, you're going to see some ground cayenne pepper. Right here. Yeah, there it is. I've done this at home in my blender. And when I do this, my wife, the dogs, the cats, everybody leaves.
I can believe
Because
that.
it floats, in the air. Well, now I'll tell you what we're going to do. You guys at home, if you don't want to put this in it, that's fine. But I like mine a little bit hot. Gabby doesn't like his too hot, but I'm going to compromise with him. See, I'm just going to put just a little in. You notice that?
Yeah, I noticed that.
Okay, now what we've got to do now is we've got to cook this concoction for a little while, and then we're going to have to make up a thickening for it. We'll come back and do that in just a minute.
Caramba, somebody stole my caballo. Don't I know you from some places?
That's Chili Bill Brooks. We're doing a man-on-the-street interview, and we'd like your opinion of this.
Smells like chili.
That is chili. That's authentic Jack Creek chili.
Where can I get some of this good chili?
You'll find authentic Jack Creek chili at the Golden Carriage Pancake House in San Simeon, at Appliance and Sound in Paso Robles, and at any fine general store, emporium, or trading post. And if they don't have it, ask for it.
See?
Ooh, we're back. It's beginning to look pretty good, huh?
You smell good, too.
All right, what we're going to do is finish this off, and then we've got to really hurry to get the rest of it done. I'm going to need a half a pound of cheese. Where's my half a pound of cheese?
Oh, here you go, Bill.
Ground cheese. I need ground cheese. It's right back there, right in back of you.
Oh, here we go.
That'd take a long time to melt that. What we're going to do is we're just going to add that right directly to our mixture here.
Oh, really?
Right in, just like that.
Oh, no, I've never seen that done.
Well, you're going to like it.
I'll bet.
You're going to like it. Now, what we'll do, you can get rid of that for me. Now we got to make up the thickening. So what I'm going to need is
There's flour.
my flour.
Hey.
And what?
Hey,
What?
guess what I found?
What'd you find? Hey, my spoons. You found the spoons. Okay. Here we go. We're going to have, I think it's 2 tablespoons? Yeah, 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons. Oh, you want me to do it in there? Yeah, that'll do it in there. This is bigger. 1 and dos, and 1 just a little bit extra. Now I need some milk. Leche. You got any leche around here? I know we have some someplace.
It's right here, Bill.
There we go.
I can't find that quick.
Yeah. You
I don't
found
think
that,
anybody
huh?
could miss that.
No, all right. Now what I'm going to do with that, we have 2 tablespoons of flour, just plain old everyday flour, and I'm going to add enough in here to make a
Paste?
paste. Now you want to make sure that the flour is well mixed. Now the reason why you want it well mixed is you don't want to have a bunch of dumplings in here.
Right, well,
And that's what
that'd be because the Mexican is saying
That's
dumplings.
what you'd have if we didn't get this mixed up real well. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to mix this up real well here. We got to be careful with this. Now that we have the cheese in here, we have to be a little bit careful. You kind of stir that up for me, and because what'll happen is this will stick. See, this darn stuff will stick once you get the cheese in it. So what we're going to do is I'll just stir this around like that. And does that look halfway decent there now?
Well, I've got a few lumps in it.
A few lumps in it?
Yeah. Like you
Few
said.
lumps.
We'd have,
All right, now,
we'd
dadgummit.
have Mexican dumplings here.
All right, well, a few won't hurt us, I guess, will it?
No, I
Nah,
doubt it.
I don't
I
think
doubt
so. Okay, what we're going to do here is now I'm going to need a little more leche.
A little more?
Yeah, I'm going to need 1 cup of leche. Okay? Now this is our thickening here. And I'm going to need a cup of leche, or milk. And that goes in here. You know, the milk will cut down on the acid.
Yeah.
And so when you're using, if you get something a little bit too hot, what you do is you can add a little bit of milk to it and it'll cut it right down. I'm going to add the leche to it, just like that. Okay, that's good. Now I'll just continue to stir this up. Let's get on with the rest of it. Okay, what I'm going to need is I'm going to need some frijoles. You got some frijoles over there?
Frijoles.
Right over there,
Oh,
frijoles.
okay. All right, and that's what...
There we go. And what I'm going to do with the frijoles, oops, I've got to do one more thing before we can do the frijoles.
Yeah, right.
I need some oil.
Give some oil?
I need some oil.
Okay, there's oil.
There's some oil.
Like they say down in Arkansas, the Arl.
There we go.
Earl. Isn't that what it is?
Earl. Yeah, okay, now what we're going to do is I need the tortillas. There's some tortillas right here someplace. There we
These
are.
are the corn tortillas.
These are corn tortillas. And what we're going to do with the corn tortillas is we're going to limp them. You know what limping corn tortillas are?
Do you know how I knew that?
What?
Because it says it right here, corn tortillas.
Corn tortillas, right. Okay. Well, I've lost my grabbers here, so I'm going to have to limp these with a fork. That's not the best way in the world.
I see.
All we do is about 2 seconds on each side. We bring them over like this, put another one in there, about 2 seconds on each side, and all that does is limp the tortilla.
I can see why.
Okay? Now, what I'll do is I'll do a couple more for you real quick here. Remember now, these are going to be Sonora-style enchiladas, right?
Okay.
There we go.
I take your word.
I wonder where my grabbers are at. You know, we got to get this organized.
I believe I know where you go, grabbers are. No, I guess I don't.
Well, you don't have them down there either, huh? All right, well, this is all right. Okay, here we go. Now, those are limped. Now, that's fine. Those are all limped. We only have one more thing we've got to do here now. I need another frying pan real quick here. There's another frying pan for us, and I need the frijoles now.
Okay.
There we go. Now, a little bit more oil. Now, you know, the Mexicans, they use lard.
Lord.
But we're gonna kind of watch our belly. There's about 2 tablespoons there. A couple
If
tablespoons.
we don't, nobody else is going to. We'll.
That's right. That's right. Now what I do is I just coat the bottom of that. So you just coat the bottom of that a little bit. We'll bring up the heat on that just a little bit
Keep
too.
them from sticking, right?
Yeah. And we're going to put the frijoles in there.
Yeah.
Just like that. Now, all these are leftover beans. Now we cooked the beans up. We've had beans already. And we're going to make what's called refried beans. Refried beans. And the way you make...
That's because it didn't get cooked right the first time, right?
No, they just get cooked better than the second time.
Oh, I see, all right.
Now, what I need is my frijole club. You got get my frijole club for me over there?
Frijole Club.
Yeah, my frijole club. My bean club. There it is, right over there.
That looks more like a half of, what do you call them?
Rolling pin?
Rolling pin to me.
Well, it's kind of like that. And what we do with that, you
Hey,
see,
you fellas are wise to cook and just, hey, watch that.
what we do with that is we squash these beans up. Just like that. Got it? All right. Here we go. We're in on the final. We squash those beans up real good and we bring them to a heat. Okay? Now, let's move this over here. Now we're going to build these. We're going to build them up. I'm going to need some plates here real quick. There's a couple plates. There's the grabbers right there.
There's the grabbers for crying
There's the
out
grabbers
loud.
right there. Here's a couple plates. What we're going to do here is I'm going to give me the scooper. There you go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring these, I'm going to put a dip of this on.
Yep.
I'm going to put one of those on, a dip of this on, and then another one of those on. And we're going to garnish it up, and I'm going to put frijoles on the side and make it look real pretty. And when we come back, we're going to sit down and we're going to try some of this. Okay.
Caramba, somebody stole my caballo.
Nobody stole your caballo, Tomato. He took off and became a lawyer after tasting Chilibill's famous championship chili.
Well, I know you from some place.
I'm Chili Bill, and we're doing a man-on-the-range interview to find out how many of you good folks out there like your chili hot and spicy. That's the way I like mine. Plenty of hot stuff in it to keep my mustachio curled. Here, Tomato, try some of this and become a lawyer, too.
Smells like chile.
Hey, you're getting smarter already, Tomato.
Good chile.
Of course it's good. It's Chilibill's chili, and those of you who like it hot and spicy can enjoy all those good recipes you've seen Chili Bill and his guests cook on Chilibill's Kitchen Show by going to your local trading post or bookstore and picking up a copy of his famous recipe book, If You Like It Hot.
See?
Or you can order it direct by sending your money order.
Looks good, looks good. Well, now, see, while we took that break, I got to explain what happened here. We stacked these up, you know, one on top of the other, putting a ladle full of sauce between each one. Then, of course, I added a little bit of garnish on here. Here's the frijoles. And this is a traditional border Mexican food breakfast. Can you believe that? Sometimes they serve it with an egg right on top, or 2 eggs right on top.
No, kind of like chili or Huevos rancheros.
It's kind of like that, almost identical to that.
Yeah, I do know some of that.
In fact, you can do very, very good chili.
Quit talking about it.
Huevos rancheros right here. Well, go ahead and give it a little try here and see if it's too hot for you tender feet. Okay. What do you think? Get in there and dig into that thing there. What happened to our table? It's a little rickety today, isn't it?
Yeah, it feels kind of shaky.
Oh, yeah.
Not bad.
That's all right, huh?
Not bad at all.
Hey, they tell me that you just got through working on a movie. What were you doing?
A picture called The Dream West with Richard Chamberlain.
Oh, Richard Chamberlain, huh?
Shot up at Flagstaff and at Tucson and here in Sedona.
I'll be darned.
And,
Is that the first feature length you've been in quite a while, or what?
well, in a year.
Well, in a year, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you know, we just got through finishing up a picture ourselves here. Of course, you were Gabby, of course, here was the stunt coordinator, and I produced it, and it was on the gunfighters of the Old West. It's going to be kind of a fun show. What do you think about this?
Oh, this
All right?
is good. This
Okay.
is good. This is
All
good.
right. Well, we're running out of time. He's already telling me to wrap it up. So, folks, be back with us next week. We're going to cook up something just as good. So, till we see you again, adios.